Welcome to DJMTV.
My people, greet you now. Welcome now once again to DJMTV.
Yes, so now the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, so he called Dr. Betta Edu. Now our screen so like this. So my people now say how much I the trend since so all over, all the kinds things they say she do for with this our ministry as Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. So it matter the trend up and down, they all the drag up and down. So they can't even suspend themselves as minister. Right now, my people, that matter so going to take another dimension, as in the matter don't the long, not be small. Anyway, I go play on this video now for my guys. I'm gonna watch, I'm gonna listen, I'm gonna hear the update so far for this matter. I'm gonna watch, I'm gonna share.
Following up on the scandal that has rocked the humanitarian ministry, which led to the suspension of its minister, Dr. Betta Edu. The minister was said to have received the sum of 3 billion naira of COVID-19 funds for the verification of the National Social Register. Well, in a letter dated September 18th, 2023, Femi Gbajabiamila, the chief of staff to the president, told Betta Edu that her request to obtain the 3 billion naira from the COVID-19 funds had been approved by the president. The 3 billion naira was reportedly disbursed to 9 companies, including one linked to Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, Minister of Interior. The approval letter from the chief of staff has now elicited more reactions. Vimbai, this letter, is coming at the same time, that panel has been set up to investigate the ministry. But the issue here is about that COVID-19 funds. I mean, back in 2020, the World Bank had issued $114 million to Nigeria. And also even the central bank issued 100 million naira credit. And we saw a lot of looting at the time. If you can pull up some of those videos where Nigerians were saying we are suffering, where is the money? But at the time, they also asked the accountant general of the Federation to account for those funds. And now we are seeing that the 3 billion naira, that's the video, the 3 billion naira was issued for verification of the social register. I mean, this is absurd at this point.
This is devastating at the least, because there's so many layers to the story, so many layers to it. Like you rightfully said, it's 2023. Our suffering is now, induced by other factors. But in 2020, 2021, at the height of the impact that was caused to businesses, people, property, so people suffered during 2020 because, COVID, it wasn't anything anybody could have planned for. And then to now discover that there's 3 billion that was hanging out somewhere in an account and is now available to redo, because the social register had been done, but there was a choice to redo it, is another question when there are more pressing matters on the ground. And then secondly, it is now part of these funds are now being transferred to a Minister of Interior who is no longer a director in the business, but we all know the complexities of this story. So now the question here is, what is going to happen to the Minister of Interior? Because we've seen Betta Edu, she's being investigated. Kudos for that. We need to see this investigation expand to all who are named here, so that they can also clear their names. They need to be given an opportunity to clear their names. To end off, in international relations, they always like to say there are no permanent friends, only permanent interests. I know Betta Edu's media aide is saying that this is all part of blackmail. And it just goes to show you that when the chips are down, like Ayo was saying just now, it all comes down to personal interests. And it all comes down to people trying to save their necks and clear their names. Well, if that's what it's going to take to sanitize, corruption in various departments, then please leak. Let the leakages continue. We want to see more documents leaking.
It's one leak memo after another.
Quickly, Olubunmi Ojo was supposed to be at CCB yesterday. He couldn't make it because he has another engagement. I think they fixed another date for him. He should be there. Also, the Chief of Staff, Mr. Gbajabiamila, should be able to make more explanation as regards this COVID-19. You see, these are part of the thing. When Buhari was saying we should forgive him, do you know most of these monies were printed? They were not monies we had. They were the money CBN printed. That's part of the things causing inflation in the country today. And you see the way they squandered it. Humanitarian ministry, all sorts of... You're talking about the accountant general of the last administration. Was that not the man that was caught in a corruption scandal? Over 100 billion? For the past 8 years now, most accountant general has been caught in corruption. The one under Goodluck Jonathan too was caught in corruption.
No, we
it's like a poison chalice. So we keep having these things, and it goes on. We are printing money, they are squandering it, in about 6 months, and you can see the corruption allegation. And some people that were very bigoted enough when we're talking about these things in this country, thought it was about religion. They pushed everything, Muslim. You see, Nigeria's problem is not about that. It's about leaders having the heart to do well for the people. And the problem is, we don't have checks and balances in place that make the leader have the heart for the people. Yeah. You can see when Lagosians were protesting, no palliative for them to eat. Apparently, the humanitarian ministry is now answering questions. When we're saying, how would you give school feeding program during COVID-19 when schools were not open? They said our mouth was smelly. But whose mouth is smelly today? That's the kind of country we've built. And when we say it, somebody sits up there and say, I apologize for what? When people died because of this. People were robbed by 1 million boys during COVID-19 because of this.
It's unfortunate. 3 billion.
So please, the chief of staff needs to explain. Yes. Accountant general needs to explain. All of them. The chief of staff needs to explain about this.
Absolutely.
In 2020, the federal government took a facility of $500 million to execute the National Social Register and cash transfers. So we spent money then to do this social register. Now we're spending another 3 billion to verify.
Unfortunate.
Just to let Nigeria, because that was a loan. So I'm not sure we've paid back the $500 million, and we're already spending more money to do in a very. No, so we need to understand the scope of the problem, and that every penny ought to be accounted for. Absolutely. $500 million, 2020. What happened to that?
Hey my people, this matter don't really dey take another dimension like this, so not be small thing though. This investigation go long, not be small. Anyway, my people, and the updates people carry confidence like this, but it's all see and reason. And make una drop una comment too, and make una don't forget to like and share. Also, make una subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and follow us on all social media handles, TikTok and Instagram. And I do well. See you in our next video.
DJ